Hi everyone. So what we're going to be doing today is a tutorial on how to use Flipgrid Shorts to create a scavenger hunt that you can use in your classroom using Flipgrid AR. So here I am in Flipgrid, and I'm going to come over to the top and I'm going to look for Flipgrid's Shorts button. For those of you who don't know what Shorts is a way of creating quick, max 10-minute videos that you can share with your students in a number of ways. And we'll create a brand new short by clicking this blue short button. And here we are now inside of Flipgrid Shorts. And I can go ahead and choose from any number of backgrounds, but specifically for this task, because I want to create a scavenger hunt with some math problems for my students, I'm going to use this button here, use screen as backdrop. And I am going to use my second screen because on that I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to put in as my background. So my students will not only hear me, they'll also see the question. And so now you can see the PowerPoint is just in behind me. And now I'm actually going to go and make my PowerPoint full screen so you don't have all this stuff going on behind me. So let's make this go full screen. Make sure that you have this use presenter view unchecked, or else it's just going to open up presenter view, and we just want it to open up behind us here. So from beginning, and so now you can see the PowerPoint is in behind me. I can now move myself around so that I am not blocking the problem using these buttons down here in the corner to move myself to either the left of what is displayed or to the right. So I'm going to move myself over to the left. And now I'm in a better spot where we can all see the question. And I can even use this box here to make myself a little bigger, smaller, move myself around, and just orient my video of myself in a way that is going to be easy for myself and for my students to view this. And so now that we're here, I can go ahead and I can start recording. So a great option for this is not only will the students be able to go ahead and see this question that's over here, and I've added the little box image just to help support students to understand the goal of the question, but also they'll be able to hear me read the question. So there's a couple of different things going on there with them being able to hear me and also read the question, which will improve their comprehension of the question a little bit more. So let's go ahead and click the record button right here in the center. A large box contains 18 small boxes, and each small box contains 25 chocolate bars. How many chocolate bars are in the large box? So now we've got our video recorded. You saw me click that next button. A couple of things while we're here is you can edit this video while we're here. We can trim the edges if need be. So if you found that maybe you got to a late start at the beginning of the video, you can go ahead and trim that, or maybe there was something that happened at the end, you can trim that off too. But I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just going to hit next, and there we are. And I can leave this as it is. I could upload a photo to be my title card or take a selfie, but I'm okay with this as it is. So let's just hit confirm. And there we go. It's all ready to go. So now the next step is generating the QR code. The QR code is something that you're probably familiar with, but it basically generates a little square code that your students can scan with their Flipgrid app to open up the video in AR. So to get that QR code, we're going to click on this pinkish colored button here. You can see it now. It says share QR code. So let's click on that, and there it is. And I can either right click and go and save this image somewhere, either on my desktop or wherever I'm saving these things, or I can just go ahead and download it, and it will send it directly into my downloads folder. So whichever one works for you, you can go ahead and do that. It is going to have my name there, which is fine with me. But the most important part is having this code here available for your students. So I'm just going to download it. And there it is. It's in my downloads folder. So now we can go ahead and take a look at what it will look like once it's time for my students to scan. Obviously, I would probably, if I was going to do my full scavenger hunt right now, I would go ahead and start recording all the other videos that I would need, depending on how many videos you want to have for your students to cycle through. This is an option if you're going to be reviewing something with your students, or if you want to do a pre-assessment with your students and just make it a little more fun and more engaging, but more kinesthetic too. Kids love running around the classroom and looking for them and working together on these problems. So here we are now inside of the Flipgrid app, and alongside of where it says enter join code, there is a little icon that has what reminds me of 3 boxes and a checkerboard, and that is the button that we use to scan our QR code that we downloaded previously. So once we give that a tap, it's going to scan the QR code immediately and start playing the video immediately as well. And it's really cool to see it pop up so instantaneously. So let's go and check that out. A large box contains 18 small boxes, and each small box contains 25 chocolate bars. How many chocolate bars are in the large box? So now you can start building your own Flipgrid AR short scavenger hunt. These can be done in any content area with any grade level. Kids really love them because it gets them up, it gets them around the classroom, and it gets them working together. So hopefully you found this useful, and hopefully you have a fun time using it with your own students.